Hey y'all, so I know it's been I think 2 weeks since I was last on here, so I'm still trying to figure out like what's gonna work for me. Right now I was looking at either every 2 weeks or maybe once a month, just because I can only make so many things. I don't want to be just repeating the same thing over and over, that gets kind of boring. So right now we're gonna try to go with 2 weeks, but if I'm not here again in 2 weeks, then I'll be here at the end of the month or the beginning of next month. Today is October 1st, so yeah. But I do have some finished projects, and I have some works in progress. And I just realized I don't have all of them. Be right back. Okay, now I have them all. I forgot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish finished objects. Actually, it's kind of crazy. So I'll start with how much yarn I use up for September. So in this is October. In August, I used up 2,735 grams. And it ended up being 13 balls of yarn, and then I had made 7 projects that month of August. So this month is September. Well, last month was September, and I used up 3 balls and 131 grams of yarn, which is not much. But I got 6 projects. So we're at a running total of 2,866 grams of yarn used in the last 2 months. So the first project I finished, was the pair of socks I showed in my last video for my little girl. I finished those. I'm not going to show those again because she has been wearing them. They're dirty, so I'm not going to go get those. But the other project I finished is this. And these ones were all like separate individual patterns on Etsy. I cannot remember who they were. I got the patterns a long time ago. I don't remember. Now I did just go on Google and get a little star graph for the star to add on there, and I think it ended up being super cute. So that's ready to put up in my little boy's room, but I think I'm gonna save it for him for Christmas. It'll be a Christmas gift. So there's that. Was the first thing finished. Now the second thing I finished was the Lilo and Stitch kit that I got from Hobby Lobby for, I think it was $3.99. So here's Stitch. Super cute. So I did have an issue with the kit. It was an accident. It was missing one of the colors of thread. And here's the angel. It was missing the pink. But I was able to just go through like my stash of cross stitch thread and embroidery thread, whatever you want to call it, and use that instead. So that's what this was. If I lived closer to a Hobby Lobby, I could have just went and swapped it out. It would have been fine, but I didn't. I live 2 hours away from one, so I live 2 hours away from any craft store other than Walmart. So this is them. Other than that, I was happy with the kit. So I just got to put them in a little frame and they'll be done. And these will also be like a Christmas gift for my kids too. This was my little girl and for my little boy. So those are 3 of my finished objects. My fourth one is this one. I did not measure it. See how much it was. I forgot all about it, honestly. This is just hand spun yarn, which if you've watched, then you know exactly what this is. So no big deal there. So that's something else finished. And then the last thing I have finished, my hair's stuck all on them. I never washed them. Don't look like it. Is these socks. Now, I don't know exactly what yarn this is. This is yarn that was my grandma's, and it did not have a label on it. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's an older color of the Bernat Baby that was at Walmart. It's what it kind of feels like to me, but I'm not 100% sure. And I did the sock pattern is the Oakworth pattern from the Bakery Bears. It's just a simple pattern. It's got garter stitch along the side of the heel and garter stitch all the way down to the toe. And I got that pair is finished. I washed them. I didn't block them because they're gonna go straight on my feet anyway, so it's not gonna matter. But that is another finished project. So that's all my finished projects. Now I do have some work in progress. The oldest one I have that I'm going to show, because I do have a big slip extravaganza blanket I haven't worked on. I think I actually ran out of yarn, and I think that's why I haven't worked on it. I should probably figure that out. But it's the no frills sweater by Petite Knit. So in the last video I said I wanted to get through the body at least, or start a sleeve and finish the sleeve. So what I ended up doing is going through the body. Now I think I've done enough length on the body, but I'm not sure. I did to where it calls to stop for my size before I do the rib. But I don't know if I want to make it a little bit longer, if I want to make it to the length of the pattern recommends. I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pick up a sleeve, finish a sleeve, probably go ahead and block it and see how it's going to stretch and try it on, and we'll see. Either way, I want to probably at least start working the sleeves a little bit, at least 2 inches of the sleeves, and try it on and just see if it's what I'm gonna want. But so far I'm loving it. I love these colors. This color is Yarn Bee Authentic Hand Dyed, and it's the color Bed of Roses. And it's Hobby Lobby, not Hobby Lobby. Is it Hobby Lobby? Yeah, it's Hobby Lobby yarn. But it's so pretty, and I just happen to have enough to make the sweater, so I'm using that. And then I'm holding it with Ice Yarn's Baby Alpaca. Super fun. And it's just, the number is 65369. That's what the number is. That's what I'm using for it. And it's super soft. I'm loving it so far. So that is the longest work in progress I've got. The next thing I started was another cross stitch. This one is for my little girl. I don't have a picture of the full thing. I didn't want to waste ink for it. But it's a pattern by, I wrote it down. It's called Thread Cross Stitch, but it's THREID CROSSSSTITCH. So thread instead of THREAD is EID. I guess that's the last name. I'm not sure. But that's what it's from. And it's a Wednesday pattern. And I've only got part of the M done. But on it, so on this side of it, it's going to have Wednesday's like face and shoulders and stuff on it. Then it says, in a world full of Mondays, be a Wednesday. My little girl loves Wednesday, so I'm going to try to have that finished for her for Christmas. That way she has a bigger picture for her room too. And then the last work in progress I have is a pair of socks. I'm doing them toe up because I don't know why, but I've gotten where I want to do toe up socks lately. And it used to be the other way around. But this is them. No particular pattern. It's just knit 1 per 1 through here basically, and then a row of knit, and then knit 1 per 1, and then another row of knit basically. That's this sock. And I am using Patton's Quarry socks, and it's in the color Blue Striped Rag, which is an older sock color I think, but I'm loving it so far. And then the heels and toe is done in Patton's Quarry, and it's in the color Flax. It's just flax. So far I've used just this one of this, and it's part of this one. So that's what I am working on right now. And then I do have some yarn set to the side because my little girl's wanting a sweater. She's liking mine, so she's wanting a sweater. So I'm thinking about, this is Macaron from Ice Yarns, making her another flax sweater, but leave the garter stitch off the sides and just make it like a basic plain sweater. because I don't have the no frills pattern for kids, and I have the flax sweaters, which is basically kind of the same as the no frills, just a different weight. So I'm probably gonna make her a flax sweater out of this. And then she's wanting another t-shirt, and I did make her a flax t-shirt. So instead of going full length on the sleeves, you go to the sleeve length you want and then just stop, do some like an inch of rib and bind off. So I think that's what she's gonna get out of this. And this is also Ice Yarns, but this one is, oh my gosh, I can't even remember. Magic Light. This is the Ice Yarns Magic Light. So that is probably going to be a flax tee for her. But right now, that's the only projects I'm working on and planning on working on, other than, you know, finishing another sock. And I'll probably cast on some more socks because I like to make socks. So that's probably going to be my projects for this month. Is the 2 sweaters, probably socks, and another cross stitch. So maybe I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Maybe it'll be in November 1st. So we'll see what happens. Until then, bye y'all.